And I think that when I'm looking on candidates, especially in leadership roles and people that I would like to build the culture of our company, at the end of the day, I think that the most critical thing is the passion and the eagerness to succeed.
Welcome to 20-Minute Leaders. Just sit back, relax, and learn from the leaders of today. It's a journey. Each one is different, unique, inspiring. Let's get started. This episode is powered by J Ventures, a community-driven VC fund in Silicon Valley, in partnership with Lomitech, and sponsored by Homeward Ventures, Hippo Insurance, Upwest, Hillel at Stanford, Leap, and Birthright Excel. Welcome to another episode of 20-Minute Leaders. Meet Chen Admati, Platform General Manager and Vice President of Product at Explorium. Explorium provides an external data platform that automatically discovers relevant data signals to improve advanced analytics and accelerate business outcomes. Prior to joining Explorium, Chen was a staff member at Intel's AI internal unit and the founder of Intel Pharma Analytics Platform. Chen holds a BSc in Information Systems Engineering from Ben-Gurion University, and she was honorably listed in 40 Under 40 by Globes magazine in 2018. Chen Admati, welcome to 20-Minute Leaders, Vice President of Product at Explorium. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Happy to be here today.
Thank you so much for joining me. So much I want to learn from you, and I want to pick your brain and insights on. You are, one of the leaders of one of the fastest growing and most amazing companies out of the Israel ecosystem that is dealing with a lot of data questions, and we're gonna dive deep into some case studies soon. But other than that, your experience throughout your journey, having also been working at Intel and having been in the AI space and the engineering space for quite some time in managerial roles, I think there's a lot to learn from that. From an engineering perspective and from the people that you manage and what you've observed works and what doesn't work for people to continuously improve and succeed in their positions. And so, Chen, before we get to that, let's start with Explorium and tell me a little bit about yourself and what is it about Explorium that drew your attention? Because in your position, you could really be doing anything you want.
Thank you. So I actually started 15 years ago, and my entire career is in the data and AI space. I think that it's a fascinating domain. I love it very much. I did different product management roles in leadership role, as you mentioned. Through the years, I managed teams and built product at the end of the day and solutions. All of them, what they have in common, they are in the data space. And in the last 10 years or so, specifically focusing on product that AI, machine learning is a big component of it. First of all, understanding how to develop algorithms that actually addressing business problems that can translate into ROI of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars each year. And in the last year, with a great passion to the domain and understanding the value proposition that Explorium is offering to the world with, like you said, an opportunity to disrupt the industry and to bring this innovative platform to the market, I was charmed and fascinated to come and lead the product for this amazing company. So here I am.
Now, what does it actually mean to be running product with your experience in AI in an AI-driven company? How much of the role is in the algorithmic side of things versus in the business logic side of things?
So it very depends. When I worked for Intel, the key challenge was, first of all, to solve from algorithmic perspective, being able to find the best machine learning algorithm that can demonstrate the ROI for the problem that we're trying to solve. So needing to have an algorithm that is better than the current baseline and being able to demonstrate that by evaluating and demonstrating the value in production. Once you have that, then you can build and you need to build an AI platform that can make sure that algorithm will remain accurate over time, being retrained as needed, and all of the surrounding processes in order to actually realize the value from the model or the machine learning models that you have in place. So that was very relevant to the period that I was at Intel. But I think today in Explorium, what we are at the end of the day delivering to our customers is an external data platform. Our offering enables our customers to enrich their internal data together with external data. This is what we bring, a very diverse, very rich set of data catalog that either we are producing ourselves or we are acquiring that data. And the actual platform itself, do the matching, which is a very complex problem, being able to understand that company A that appears in the customer database is actually the same company that we have in multiple different data sets that we are acquiring. So it's a very complex problem. So first of all, we are enabling the matching, but not only that, we are enabling to understand what are the really data sets, features, signals that are actually relevant to the problem that our customers are trying to solve. So let's use an example. Let's say that we have a fintech company that would like to score their applicants for a certain loan, or insurance company that would like to determine what is the premium that a certain candidate company would actually going to pay based on the risk level of that company. So in order to determine that, they need to do some kind of a due diligence on the company, on the user. They need to understand that this is an actual user, this is a legitimate request, and all information that can help them to understand whether that applicant will default their loan when time times. So they want to minimize the risk for their business. So they're coming to Explorium, and based on the very minimal information that they have on the applicant that submitted a certain form, they're getting a very rich set of information, some demographics, and it could be if it's a company, what is their financials and what is their latest web activities, and if it's a physical store, what kind of audience is included near those stores, or what is the foot traffic around that store. So we have a very rich set of data that can help those customers to get a better understanding on whether at the end of the day they need to approve or deny those requests. And we are enabling to access that data in a very easy way, and also not just connecting to all of our data, but to select what are the most relevant and important elements of that data that actually impacts their bottom line.
Right. Now, as VP product, how do you balance customization or personalization for such for such specific cases versus an overall challenge of developing a generalized technology that could be suited specifically, without too much hassle?
So we are building an horizontal platform. So it's always there is always a tension between understanding a use case by a customer, and especially when the company is young, the startup has some limited number of customers, going and build something for that particular use case or customer. The challenge, and I think that great product organization is try to understand, okay, this is the specific use case, what are the capabilities, and how we can generalize them so it will be relevant to multiple use cases. And it's hard at the beginning when you have one customer or very few use cases. So obviously, you are building something that is more closely to what you see. But as time goes by, the ability to generalize and to build components that can be reused in multiple segments, in multiple use cases. This is what turned us at the end of the day to be an horizontal platform that can suit and fulfill many use cases in different industries and with different customers. With that said, obviously, there could be cases where you will package your horizontal platform and decide that you want to focus in a certain vertical, and these are the components or the building blocks that are relevant to that vertical. And you will package it because you want to address additional personas or user perhaps that are less tech savvy. But all of those solutions at the end of the day are relying on the same horizontal platform with the same capabilities. And I think that this is when I'm managing a product organization, this is my expectations from my product managers, is to hear what is the business use case and knows to translate that into a reusable technology that can serve, and we can later on market it with other industries and other verticals as well.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And I want to transition to your experience now as a manager, and as you're building these complicated platforms, you're working with a lot of different personas, a lot of different engineers. You've observed what works and what doesn't work and what helps people move forward. Tell me a little bit about your both your own managerial style, but also what you've observed about the growth of others and what helps them grow or hinders their growth.
So, like any other companies, we are, in the tech industry, for sure, with the promise, we are hiring very, very intensively. And I think that when I'm looking on candidates, especially in leadership roles and people that I would like to build the culture of our company, at the end of the day, I think that the most critical thing is the passion and the eagerness to succeed. It was funny. Last Saturday, I was listening to the interview of Avishag Sangberg that just won the Olympic medal. And she's young, and she was talking immediately after she won the medal, and it was so authentic. And she said something that resonates very, very well with me. She said, she was asked 20 seconds before the end of the fight. She was losing, and someone was asking her, "How did you turn the score upside down?" And she said, "I just wanted it more." And I think that that says all of it. I think that if you have the passion, you want to succeed. You never give up. You learn all the time, and you're curious. In my mind, obviously, you need talent. You need to have a certain skills, but it's not enough. I saw many, many talented people that were, they did the work, and their curve of promotion, or the things that they owned at the end of the day were not that great. But I saw people that perhaps started in much lower from a lower place from skills or talent perspective, but they were so eager to win, to never give up again, and there was learning all the time. And from my perspective, that's makes all of the difference. So when I'm hiring and when I'm building teams, I think that this is the number one trait that I'm looking for. And obviously, creating a diverse and you need the balance. Not all the people can be those kinds of players. But I think that at least for the people that you're putting in leadership roles, it's making all the difference.
Now, when you're looking specifically at engineers, and obviously engineering is not the same as a taekwondo in terms of energy levels and in terms of, outward excitement. how do you then navigate that passion, either as a hiring manager or simply as somebody who's examining the people that you're working with and deciding who's the right fit to continue up the ladder? How do you navigate through, the lack of outward expression of excitement that you may see in other industries?
I think that you see that very clearly. You see how much they are interested to understand the business aspect or the actual product, and not, just focusing on their, specific task. How creative they are, perhaps to initiate new ideas. How they're addressing things that they don't know, or new challenges. Think it's very, very clear. You can see it very fast, and you want to be. These are the exact people that you want to promote at the end of the day, because this is the spirit that they will pass along. And I think that in general, I strongly believe that engineers, once they understand the business or where the company would like to go and connect very strong to the product, it makes their ability to deliver their features in a much higher quality. And so I think that it's very obvious, and you see that very fast. Who are the ones that just give me my task, I want to code it, that's it, versus people that look very broadly, they ask questions, and of course, they deliver at the highest quality, drive things forward, obviously. And this is what differentiate, I believe, the ones that are, succeeding at the end of the day.
So to close the loop on this passion and excitement, where do you lie on the spectrum? Are you more excited about the engineering side of things, the problem solving side of things? Are you more interested about the business logic and how technology is disrupting that, the intersection of the two? Where do you lie?
As a person, I never like to choose. I will always say I like both, and I think that this is also very existing in my career. At the end of the day, my passion and the things that I love is product management. I love to understand how I can translate business problem into a working product. With that said, what I did, I think, in the last 8 to 9 years, I led heterogeneous teams composed from a product engineering, data science team, because I love to have an end-to-end ownership, the ability not just to define on what we work, but to actually build an execution machine that knows to deliver those requirements or those features. So at the end of the day, my passion, to your question, is product management and business. But at the same time, leading an organization that can actually make that a reality is the sweet spot for my career, at least.
Very, very cool. Now, Chen, I want you to take me back a little bit and share with me what, even before, we got into engineering and AI, what really fascinated you as a kid? What really sparked your curiosity?
I think that it's hard for me to say. I think I didn't think that I will end up being engineer. I was always very strong, as a student. I learned computer science while I was school. So I really like, at the end of the day, being able to solve problems and to get an instant feedback on what you do. So I'm very, I have a very analytical type of thinking. I like challenges. And so I think that this is what characterized me. as a kid, I was actually sure that I will be a doctor, and I have that dream for several years. And then going outside of the army, I decided that I actually like the analytic challenges, and this is what I wanted to do. So this is why I decided to go and be an information system engineer. And, life, I was lucky in some sense. It's always helped, and I was navigated into AI and data. And so I'm very fortunate, but I don't think that, it was something that since I was 12, I had, this is what I had as an vision. It's not the case.
No, what inspires you today in your day-to-day?
I think that today, working for Explorium, what inspired me is the size of the opportunity. I think that being part of something that potentially can be big, the fact that we have so many opportunities. As I said, I like to do a lot of things. And the fact that I have today a playground where we have so much to do and so many opportunities. And I'm sure that in the next few years, we will create a lot of different product lines under the Explorium external data platform umbrella. And I think that this is fascinating, as well as building a company that can generate that size of an impact and be part of a leadership team that build a company with a culture that I believe that I would like to be part of that company, a very significant company that is based here in Israel. So all of those things together excites me very much, and it was a key part of my decision joining Explorium. And I can tell you that 1 year after, it's even exciting. It's more exciting. So
Very, very cool. I love it. And what are 3 words that you would use to describe yourself?
Wow, that's a challenging question. I think that I'm a very passionate person. I think that I have I have self-motivated person, and very emotionally attached to everything that I do, inside and outside of my work. I'm a very emotionally attached person. So these are probably the 3 words I would select.
Wonderful. Chen, toda rabba. Thank you very, very much. This was really, really great. I really enjoyed it, and it was fascinating to hear about your own perspective, your journey with Explorium, your understanding of the importance for engineers to be in touch with the business aspect and to attract motivation and inspiration from that. But at the end of that, it's all about wanting to be the best and wanting to succeed, regardless of the field. Thank you for everything, and stay safe and stay healthy.
You too. Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure be here, and thank you for the invite.
Thank you.